/donate goal to make Kelly fat. Oh, I should do that actually.
No.
That would be
you
fucking
shouldn't.
great.
I mean, I'll
Okay.
just leave.
Okay.
I
Okay,
want to
so
make a donor goal for Kelly.
hold on. So if we hit that $90, I will, from that point on, switch Kelly's avatar to fat for the rest of the stream, okay? But we gotta hit that $90.
I was gonna go.
This is just sad. This is just some sad shit right here. What the fuck?
Anyway, so that seems
What
like
is
I
this?
should leave.
Kelly, it's a joke, but not really actually donate, guys. But it's a joke! Kelly, I won't do it! But I will if you donate the money, guys, okay? Kelly, you can't leave now. We're just getting to the good part. We're just getting to the good part. I have no idea. I just don't want you to leave because I think somebody will donate to make you fat.
Speaking of grifters, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Is that grifting?
You know, this is what happens when you throw in your towel with Kelly Jean. Is her name Kelly Jean or is it Jean Kelly? Jane Kelly. Dude, there's another character in XCOM called like Jane Kelly or some shit. I keep on confusing them. Yikes. That was horrible. What the fuck?
How is that grifting? Israel just bombed around. We're so cooked. I know. How is that grifting?
Hope that's good.
Well,
I'll
I
watch
can at
that.
least join my regular channel or whatever. God, I don't know why.
Dude, you are 100% a grifter. Okay, I don't even know why this is even a question. It is absolutely, yes.
It's like a joke. It's literally just a joke.
Wow, thank you, Fire
By the
Alarm.
way, I will point out that earlier tonight she said I will not do one of two things. And it was furry stuff, and it was, what was the other one? There was furry stuff and one other thing. Didn't include the fat avatar, okay? That wasn't a boundary she specified. Also true, Sonderwave. I was totally honest about everything I was saying there. I never lied.
No.
There's ERP in the furry stuff, but there's one other
That has
I
to
can't
be
remember.
Jstlk.
Content was better with Meowties. It was better with Meowties. Meowties can't come on and do it again tonight. We will do that at some point. I might wait. I think Cherry's...
Who cares about World War III when we're talking about Destiny drama? For the record, okay? I am, once again, I hope, you know, I hope nothing ever happens. Stonks are still, like... Are still gonna go back up one day, okay? One day, alright?
back tomorrow from vacation, I think. And then...
We can see her pores from here? No shot. What? See, you guys can see how perfect my skin is. Okay. I am curious what I look like. It's alright.
Meowties would be able to come on tomorrow too, and we could do that whole...
Sent you a funny Destiny clip. Okay. Of the nothing ever happens variety, thank you. Okay. It's not the sound of your landlord turning on the secret spikes. Shut the fuck
back and
up.
forth.
Stop.
We'll see. We'll see exactly
That's my
what we
biggest
do.
fear.
The Meowty stuff was funny, but basically there are other things going on with Pirate Software that we'll cover a little bit later. But we might have to go from this to Israel bombing Iran, okay?
Have been really, really disappointing
Wow.
by and large.
Thank you, Jstlk.
We'll have to skip over.
Not good.
Did someone say Jstlk a hate stream?
I don't make mistakes. I make different choices across a series of parallel worlds. Destiny, no friends, no family, serial predator. Jesus. If Destiny's a
What?
serial predator, then I guess these. I guess words don't matter anymore. Yeah, I guess good for you. Words no longer.
Do you think it's...
Okay, Erudite sucks too, okay? Alright, like she's also like mindfucked. Like I can tell. Like I can tell she's in a mindfuck state.
It's really unreasonable to call somebody who sends other people's pornography non-consensually a predator? That he's done so...
Hey, don't know me. I can tell. Alright, I'm a streamer. I've had mindfuck streams before. I can tell when someone's mind is fucked and they're still streaming. Okay?
Against their explicit, like, chastising. So Destiny sends Melina's pornography non-consensually.
That is
Melina says,
perfect.
that is really shitty of you. That makes me feel really uncomfortable. Please don't do that. And then he continues to do it anyway. You wouldn't qualify that as like a predator in any way? You think it's totally unreasonable to call them a predator? I think it's really fucked up. But me personally, like, fucked up in a way that I would say probably more than like, oh, it's just, I don't think predator's bad. And then obviously the habitually recording audio non-consensually would be another thing, right? Seen a couple grinder. We've seen a couple of the grinder calls. We've seen the cherry audio, obviously. I'm just saying, probably serial predator is not that far off. I'm sorry to get shocked and appalled at serial predator.
Wait, is he saying that he's listening to like secret like voice clips or some shit? Like in private or something? I don't know if it's in private or something, but I mean, so kind of weird, dude. Not gonna lie.
Is pretty goofy to me.
Your matter. Anyways, this is friend of the stream Soy Pill. He is somebody newer that I thought he was. I thought your take was that he was, and that's why you dumped Destiny. I didn't dump Destiny, right? Like, Destiny and I are still friends. We still talk. He did bad things.
I just want to clarify, Pixie still considers like Not So Erudite to be like a good person, okay? Like, whether or not you agree or disagree, that's like the case. Clearly there's something about Not So Erudite that really isn't as bad as people think she is. I think, okay, I have made somebody I have made fun of Not So Erudite many times on my stream, okay? Like, I have made multiple like locale watching streams on Not So Erudite, okay? But I do think a lot of hate towards her is completely overblown. Yeah, it's retarded.
Listen, okay, there it is. There it is. I knew it was coming. Listen, it's bad. What do you want me to say? Guys, it's bad. What do you want me to say? There it is. I knew
What's
it would
wrong
happen
with that?
eventually.
By the way, there's literally nothing wrong with saying, yeah, that's bad. What do you want me to say, right? Like, if someone ever says, hey, did you know about Surefat Otaku and how, you know, you're associated with Surefat Otaku, and Surefat Otaku has just been exposed as a chaser, right? Who only sexualizes transgender women because he likes women, big Fuda cock, all right? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds bad. What do you want me to say? Like, fuck, okay, cool. Character flaw, all right? Fuck, like, what do you want me to say? Fuck, I mean, I guess, like, all right. Like, what do you want me to say?
I knew it would happen. I knew it
Yeah,
would
but
happen.
he's not a predator at all. Please stop making words mean nothing. Yeah. Somehow we have to figure out on the left how to say that somebody's doing something really wrong and not have to use like the strongest morally indictable language possible.
Okay, well, somehow we, as people who used to be a part of the DGG sphere, have to figure out minimize.
I know the best way to describe Jstlk, okay? Jstlk is like a really slow poop, okay? It's like if you ate too much food. It's like if you ate too much food and you're like slowly pooping it out the next day. And it's like just coming out of the butt really slowly, and you're afraid that if you go too fast, you might get like constipation or something, or it might get sucked back up to your rectum. All right, I think that's literally Jstlk. Like, this is what watching a Jstlk stream feels like. Okay, it's like you're trying to slowly poop it out because you're like, okay, don't rush it. I'm just gonna slowly shit. Okay, that's Jstlk. Okay?
Really egregious consent violations into like, oh, it's bad. You know, he did something bad. Right? When you believe somebody's done something bad, and when they continue to do things bad, and when they show no sign of remorse and no sign of trying to make that right, that wrongdoing right, then that's probably somebody you shouldn't associate with anymore. At least not openly. Right? Am I crazy?
How much of Jstlk's audience you think are like hate watchers? Yeah. That's so real. What the fuck? The cold sweats when it gets sucked back in. Horrifying. Yeah. Watching Jstlk with Kelly Jing on is kind of like you pooped a little bit, okay? But then you got to halfway in the middle of like the poop segment, and then now you have to do something, so you have to like shit out like half of it, and then when you wipe your butt you see like how much like poop there is, and you're like, fuck, I didn't finish this entire segment of poop. All right, that's what it feels like when you watch like Kelly Jing on Jason.
Like, and you should be able to say, I wish instead of saying what was bad, she should actually just have to say the behavior, right? Don't even assign a value to it. Say, yes, Destiny did, he shared pornography without consent, and even when those people told him that they didn't consent to that, he continued to share that pornography without their consent, completely disregarding their explicit non-consent, right? And I'm fine being friends with him despite that. I'm fine with being friends with him. Yeah, I've listened, I've heard that Grindr audio. That sounds pretty bad.
Thank you.
Sounds like that guy didn't have any idea he was being recorded. But you know what? Even if that were the case, I'd still be friends with him. And when he tells me that he can't answer my questions on whether or not that Grindr guy consented, I am willing to take that non-answer and still be friends with him. Cool. Very cool.
Can still be
Alright.
friends with who?
Okay. Fuck, we're continuing with this.
I'm not really
Jesus.
interested in any of this. Not really interested. Use this. I am so interested in people coming to me to like talk about and like excuse Destiny's behavior, particularly because and here's the real
Particularly because I'm a woman and I'm close to Destiny.
complex reason why.
It's gonna be, oh, they don't get mad at Dan, but they accuse me of doing this. Yeah. True.
I like how they call not so erudite Ghislaine Maxwell when Ghislaine Maxwell specifically went all after women for to be fucked at Epstein's Island. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think erudite was like trying to search out targets for Destiny. Okay, so that comparison doesn't even make sense. I think they went like, oh, white woman, oh my god, white woman. I literally think like that's what the actual association is. White woman.
Dan's basically said, yeah, even if he did this, even if Dan said, I believe he's guilty of all of these things, I 100% believe he's guilty of all of these things, I'm gonna hang out with him anyway, right? That's what Dan said, like 2 days later. Yeah, I think he's guilty of everything that he's accused of. I think he's a total piece of shit. I'm gonna hang out with him anyway. And I'm not, by the way, did not try to do the performative like distancing. Didn't try to performatively like satisfy his audience, and like his own morals at the same time. He tried nothing. He just said, I think he did all of those things, and I'm gonna stick with him.
Destiny to me is like a good friend and complex person full of strengths and ails. And to you, he's by and large a character. He's Destiny. He's not Steven to you. And so you're wanting me to weigh in on an individual that I have an extremely complex dynamic and relationship and thought life about.
Thank you.
I like in my head, like saying Jeffrey Dahmer instead of Destiny, because all of the arguments she makes would apply equally, right?
What?
You could accuse any behavior, or sorry, you could not accuse. You could excuse any behavior given the things she says. Yeah, I'm not going to abandon them. They're one of my close friends. I'm not going to abandon them. They're a very complex character. There are positive aspects to them. We shouldn't use Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry, we shouldn't use Jeffrey Dahmer. We should use Jimmy Savile, right? Jimmy Savile, famous. Listen, yes, it's the counterpoints argument again. Okay, why did I not think to do this? Jimmy Savile. Listen, I know that I could disavow Jimmy Savile, but he's a complex person. Jimmy Savile, famously pedophile, who built children's hospitals. Okay. Helped fundraise and build children's hospitals, but was found out to be a prolific pedophile. And it's like, well, how many kids would you have to let Jimmy Savile ravage in order for him to build one hospital? What's the fair trade-off there? That's basically what Erudite's doing, right? She's saying, listen, they're a very complex person. They have they have downsides, okay? They have downsides, but the upsides are amazing. I don't know what the upside is of Destiny, what he does that other people can't, that is unique, that makes you excuse some fairly demonstrably bad behavior. Anyway,
in a way that would be satisfactory as.
To be fair, he's just saying, okay, a person who is found out to be bad has actually done some good in their life, even though they found out to be bad. Not saying that he's exactly the same as that person, but by invoking him, you are drawing the line between him and Destiny. Not technically pedo-jacketing, all right, but you're putting their names next to each other, all right?
The caricature version of how you understand him. And I don't know how to do it well. I think it's really tough because I don't think there's going to be a satisfying answer.
44 watchers, only 24 likes. This is why you need to add more likes, okay? And I want more money. Give me all of Jstlk's money. All the money that you would have given Jstlk if he was still based in your mind, okay? He was never based in me, okay? Give me... Okay, all right. Thank you.
And it's also weird to do. It's weird to have a...
Do you know what? This might be actually fine as an answer. If she had just gone from the beginning and gone, you know what? I'd probably excuse most things this guy did. If she had a good understanding that, I'd probably excuse most things this guy's done, and I just shouldn't speak on it. I should just shut the fuck up. If she decided it was Shut the Fuck Up Friday, she'd get no heat.
Your viewership is slowly going up? Well, yeah, it's because hating Jstlk is in for the season. All right?
Right? She just say, Pisco did that, right? It worked out for Pisco. The idea that she would sit here and say things like, well, did Pisco have the opinions on the record that... No, never mind. It's again, like some of her doxing stuff. Really, I don't know how she could be consistent and remain, like...
Add an Oiler tier. I might actually do that.
Sort of close friends with this guy. I just actually don't think it works.
Let me see.
Who is it that said they think NSC is in love with Destiny? Because I think that might be correct. Beckett was saying that, I think.
It's because of your hard work and consistent schedule. Anyone can tell you, ask my longtime viewers or anybody, okay, of how consistent or how hardworking I am on my videos, like in terms of uploading and stuff and having incredibly consistent uploads, okay? I'm 100% like, honestly, fuck. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of self-glazing here, okay? In terms of my work ethic, or my Asian work ethic. Hold on. I do work hard. All right, fuck. Let me be proud of it, okay? Let me brag about it, because I think I deserve it, okay? Okay, here's a little bit of vanity, okay? So here are all the videos scheduled, okay? Not yet released, but I already made thumbnails. I already segmented them out. I've already scheduled ahead of time all the way up until June 19th, okay? June 19th. You can see here June 18th, June 17th, June 16th, June 19th, okay? You can clearly see here that, all right? I'm diligent, okay? It's not an easy job. This is not easy, all right? It's pain, okay? It's just pure pain, all right? Fuck, yeah, anyway. Yes, please reward me for this, okay? Please reward me for this. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Queeman really disagreed with that. Queeman got very upset when that was said. I understand that that's like the laziest paint by numbers analysis, but... Because Destiny is not one person. If she displayed casual empathy and attempted logistical POV, she'd have a closer opinion to reality. She's dreadfully obtuse. I thought she said dreadfully obese, and I was like, dreadfully?
What?
Yeah. Fuck. We should back this up one more time. She's saying that he's a complex person, but she doesn't want to do the analysis to, like, make you understand her view of him. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But if you're like, I think he's like a good person, despite these really bad things that
I will worry about giving you engagement base. You should do that for everyone.
Happened. I still think he's like a good person who deserves my friendship, but I can't talk to you about why. If you're gonna do that, you should really shut the fuck up from the beginning. No, I think.
Exposure
do it well.
Thank you.
I think it's really tough because I don't think there's going to be.
This guy can't even play XCOM 2 while yapping and reacting like Shops can. Not just XCOM 2, okay? Modded XCOM 2, all right? With over 250 mods, all right? It's like XCOM 4 at this point, okay? It is on another level, all right, of autism, okay?
a satisfying answer. And it's also weird to do. It's weird. It's weird to have a... It'd be like if you asked me this question like about Nick or somebody else in my personal life. It's really hard to...
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if your name is not... If you're a regular in my chat and your name is not in the character pool yet, let me know, okay? Because I think I still have to add Physis and Jess, okay? But basically what I do, what I want to make a thing is... I want to turn every single regular in my chat, I want to reward them by turning them into a soldier in XCOM 2 and having them kick ass, okay? Unfortunately, your safety as a soldier is not guaranteed and you might actually die, okay? Permanently. But, you know, regardless, yeah. Character pool, yes. Character pool, yes. I will also say, if you want your character to be customized appearance-wise, donate money, prove that you have donated money, or anything like that, and I will let you customize your XCOM character in my game, okay?
Talk about people that you have a personal relationship with in a public medium in the way that you can
But otherwise, just being active in my chat rewards you with an XCOM character, you know?
talk about like archetypes and people that you don't know as well, because you can essentially archetype them and then describe the archetype, and it's a little bit like depersonalized.
For free?
Why doesn't she add the... There's like archetype. She does this sometimes where she's cutting off a whole part of the word. Archetype. Archetype. It's
Chunky,
it's like it's actually takes effort to say it incorrectly.
In the way that you can talk about like archetypes and people that you don't know as well, because you can essentially archetype them and then describe the archetype, and it's a little bit like depersonalized. It's a lot harder to do that when you talk about somebody that you're like personally friends with. He's stupid to me. Okay.
Forcing a bunch of boys to cut their hair.
Does she think that Pixie didn't have the same understanding? Like, this is how else could I put this? This is somebody who is sort of like brainwash might be a bit too strong a term. But does...
What is your favorite Pokemon? I don't know. I don't follow Pokemon that closely.
She believe that, like, Pixie wouldn't have had any deep conversations with him, that some of the other people Melina wouldn't have had these deep conversations with him. Does she believe that she's got, like, this totally untinted, unbiased view of Destiny that allows her to see him when nobody else can? Why are so many people who were friends with him, who were in your pretty much
shaken, not stirred.
God has answered your prayer. Ask and ye shall receive.
Thank you so much, Tron, for a big, fat $25. Holy shit. Remind me to add your character in the game, okay? Let me know if you want customization, okay? But thank you so much. I appreciate the $25, buddy. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. God has answered your prayer. Indeed, he has. Okay, thanks for 25. Everybody do W for Tron, okay? I've started doing that too, okay? So every single time someone donates a substantial amount, everybody put W in the chat, okay? Celebrate them, okay? Celebrate them, okay?
that
Thank you.
position.
Thank you so
Why
much.
are those people, like, so against him now? Is it that, like, they're all just unhinged? They're all just insane? Every single one of them. And there are, like, a dozen now. Every one of these people is totally fucking insane, apparently. Nobody has any understanding. She has the perfect understanding of Destiny. And she's totally not, like, under a spell in any way. Brittany Simon, yeah, just anybody who's close to him. Right? Like, it's very disturbing to me that she's like, if only you guys understood Destiny the way I did, you would understand why he's like a good person. He's complex. And I understand he hurts people, but he's also a really deeply good person. He's just deeply good. Okay. I don't know what happened with Jasmine and Farah.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Can my character have big kahunkas?
Yes. Thank you so much for the 22 euros. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. Yes. Thank you. I do appreciate that, okay? Yes. Very well.
What do you mean you want to know what happened with Jasmine and Farah?
Holy shit, W Physis, dude. W Physis. Yeah, thank you so much for the 22 euros. Yeah, 22 euros, that's like $1,000. True. Jeez. Okay, thank you.
Fuck, I just don't want to, there's like a little bit there that I can't reveal at all, but, most of it's out there. Most of it's public, right? Destiny had, so Lauren De Laguna was friends with, like, Destiny and other people, and basically there were arguments that were happening, and Lauren saw things a certain way, and Destiny had recorded private conversations
I actually cannot get over this timeline where Jstlk, online shitter streamer, is unironically giving Pixie court advice. For the love of God. What? It's just like... This is crazier than World War III. This is crazier than Iran. It's crazier than Israel and Iran, okay? Fuck.
of them, violating Florida's wiretapping statute, by the way. Recorded private conversations of that with her, with Lauren De Laguna, and private conversations with Farah. He had shared those private conversations with people, and when Jasmine rolled up to some fucking argument they were having, and Jasmine said,
That makes me feel bad for Pixie. I agree. I think Pixie has really been done dirty. Fuck. Dude, this run is fucked, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to start a new run. Okay, I realize that I start a new run every single stream now at this point because I'm also reacting. I'm reacting, simultaneously reacting and doing XCOM at the same time when really making good decisions in XCOM requires my full attention, okay? But, you know, I'm autistic, so, you know, whatever. But the point is yeah, I mean, I will do it anyway because I want you guys to be on the screen and stuff, so. I think people like seeing XCOM, so yeah.
hey, Lauren said,
For the record, I still think that Pixie is the victim, okay, of Destiny, all right? I want to super clarify my stance real quick, okay? If you think that... and I am pro-explicit consent, okay? I'm pro-explicit consent. I'm anti-implicit consent, okay? Anti-implicit consent, pro-explicit consent, anti-lowering the age of consent, pro-consent, okay? I'm pro-consent, okay? Fuck!
This, and you're kind of a piece of shit for doing this.
Right.
And Destiny went, well, I have a secret recording of Lauren that shows you otherwise. And then he played the recording for Jasmine. Jasmine went, oh, you're like a psychopath. I don't want to be anywhere near you. That's incredibly insane that you have like this. Like, oh yeah, you're probably right on that conversation. But actually, you're like a totally...
How can you be pro... I'm not pro-Pixie, technically, okay? I just think that Pixie is, like, technically a victim of Destiny's, okay? Technically. You should disavow both. Okay, I'm not gonna get baited again, okay? I'm pretty sure I've been baited by you before. I refuse to be baited
You're like
again,
a total
okay?
fucking psychopath, okay?
Okay.
And I don't want to be
Breathe in
anywhere
and
near
breathe
you.
out.
You record private conversations with your friends in order to win arguments months later, weeks later? That's fucking weird. That's fucking disgusting. Yeah, miss me with that shit, bro. I'm out. That's what happened with Jasmine. That's all public, by the way. Our relevant came on the stream and told me that story. I possibly before this happened. I can't remember for sure.
Bro, by the way, I just want to say I don't give a fuck about the judge's argument of implicit consent, okay? That just means he's probably innocent legally. Most likely he's innocent legally, okay? I just want to super clarify that part, okay? To me, if I gave you nudes, and even if I give you permission to share them around, even if, which is very doubtful in the first place, okay? Even if I did that, I don't want you to share my nudes around just because of implicit consent. Ask me. Like, Jesus, communication, direct communication is better. Like, don't let your autism be like the fucking, I don't know, like, don't let your autism be the fucking thing, right? Like, fuck.
But yeah, Destiny had that group in Florida. The friend group he had in Florida is broken up with, like, Lauren and those people. One, because, yeah, stuff disintegrated with Lauren. But part of its disintegration was that he had recorded, like, private conversations that he did not inform them he was recording. I don't even know if the Farah one's out there. Yeah, the Farah one's out there. Because he'd secretly recorded Farah and showed that recording to... Was it Lauren De Laguna to prove that
Okay,
Farah
you said big
and
boobs,
Melina
right?
didn't like Lauren
Okay,
De
I'll
Laguna?
try to give you as big boobs as I could.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like... By the way, given that, and then the messages to Zoe about Lav trying to make Lav kill herself, I can't... Listen, every time we get, like, a little more evidence about how this guy operates, you just realize more and more, unfortunately... There was somebody who described this pattern of, like, turning women against each other and deriving sexual pleasure from it, and that guy was just kind of correct about a lot of things, and we didn't realize it at the time, okay? It's kind of fucked up.
This looks
That guy was just way more correct than most people are willing to admit on a lot of things. Marty Epstein, thank you for the 5 gifted. Let's go. We were over that previous 2 hours, but I need to go back and add the time. Hold on. Where do I add the time? That's just 25 on the next hour. Thank you very much, Marty Epstein. Huge gift. 90. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm resetting the meters for you real quick. Thank you very much, Marty. Yeah, we find out that like somebody had a pretty good read on this pattern that Destiny engages in, right? Just assume he records everything and we'll use.
You know, inside of you are two wolves, okay? Inside of you are two wolves. One is Loki Coco, the other is Jess Anderson, okay? Both are women, both on the opposite sides of the spectrum. One thinks Destiny is entirely innocent, and one thinks Destiny is entirely guilty, okay? I have to fight both of these wolves, all right?
To hurt others. He will! Can like 15 of that go to Fat Kelly? 25 of that's going to Fat Kelly, but Fat Kelly won't be a thing for the rest of the stream if Kelly's not around for the rest of the stream, yeah? I should do, fuck, I don't think Top Bronson's around to do Fat Jstlk, but I would do that. You'd have Fat Detective Jstlk. I'd do a Dono Go for that, obviously. Oh, what? Is this not showing up correctly? Oh, what the fuck? I did this wrong. God damn it. I did my tip widget wrong. Oh, well. Fat everybody? Well, I don't want Kelly to be the only one who's fat. That's kind of fucked up if I just make Kelly the only one who's fat, right? So I should be fat too, probably.
Yes, Jstlk content, my favorite.